A very good morning to all my dear students. Here in this tutorial, we'll be starting with our second lesson from your Moments book, The Adventures of Toto. First, about the writer. Who is the writer of The Adventures of Toto? It's none other than Ruskin Bond, who is an eminent contemporary Indian writer of British descent. He prolifically authored inspiring children's books and was awarded the Sahitya Akademi Award to honor his work of literature. He was born on May 19, 1934 in Kasauli, India. He was the son of Edith Clarke and Aubrey Bond. He was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999 and Padma Bhushan in 2014. His father served in the Royal Air Force and frequently moved from places to places along with his son. The first 20 years of Ruskin Bond's life groomed him to be a good writer, as it developed his personality in such a way. Despite his suffering and loneliness in childhood, Ruskin Bond developed an optimistic outlook on life. He chose the path of becoming an earnest writer that his father wished him to follow. The Adventures of Toto, written by Ruskin Bond, is a humorous and adventurous story. Here is a baby monkey whose name is Toto. The writer's grandfather bought the monkey from a Tonga driver. The pranks played by Toto have been narrated in an interesting way and make the story a must read for everyone. Well, let's begin. Have you ever had a baby monkey as a pet? So, how many of you had baby monkey as a pet, or how many of you have seen people having a monkey as their pet? You must have seen someone, or maybe not. Here, there is a baby monkey whose name is Toto. Let's find out whether he is mischievous or docile. What do you mean by mischievous? Disobedient. And docile means who is very quiet and who can get controlled. Yes? So let's find out whether here in this lesson Toto was mischievous or docile. Let's start. Grandfather bought Toto from a Tonga driver for the sum of 5 rupees. The Tonga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to a feeding trough. Underline. And the monkey looked so out of place there that grandfather decided he would add the little fellow to his private zoo. So here the writer, that is Ruskin Bond's grandfather, purchased a monkey named Toto from a Tonga driver. What is Tonga? Horse cart, yes. So the grandfather bought Toto from Tonga driver for about 5 rupees. The Tonga driver had tied a little red colored monkey to a feeding trough. Feeding trough is a large container for feeding animals. And the monkey looked so out of place that grandfather decided he would buy Toto and add to his private zoo. Private zoo. What do you mean by private zoo? It shows that grandfather was very fond of animals. So he had himself made a private zoo at his own place. There were other animals also at his place. So Toto, how does he look? Toto was a pretty monkey. His bright eyes sparkled with mischief beneath deep set eyebrows, and his teeth, which were a pearly white, were very often displayed in a smile that frightened the life out of elderly Anglo Indian ladies. But his hands looked dried up, as though they had been pickled in the sun for many years. Yet his fingers were quick and wicked, and his tail, while adding to his good looks, grandfather believed a tail would add to anyone's good looks, also served as a third hand. He could use it to hang from a branch, and it was capable of scooping up any delicacy that might be out of reach of his hands. Anglo Indian. Anglo Indian means a person relating to both Britain and India. Had been pickled. Pickled means food that is preserved in vinegar. Yes. And scooping up. Scooping up means lifting. So here the writer Ruskin Bond describes about Toto, that he had bright shiny eyes which were full of mischief. He was very naughty. The eyebrows were deep set on his face. His teeth were like pearls. Many ladies belonging to Anglo-Indian community got scared whenever he saw his teeth. So you can quite relate to this whenever you see monkeys around and they show you their bright teeth or they make a certain sound at you, you tend to become scared. So similarly here also in the lesson, these Anglo-Indian community ladies, they also got scared whenever they would see Toto with his white pearly teeth. Toto's hands were dry and wrinkled as if they had dried in the sun like pickled vegetables. So here the hands of Toto has been compared with a pickled vegetables because it was so dried and wrinkled. He had a long tail, and what writer's grandfather would think? Grandfather had a thought that the tail added to the good looks of an animal. Toto's tail was like a third hand for him. It helped him hang from a branch of a tree. He would also lift objects with the help of his hands. Grandmother always fussed when grandfather brought home some new bird or animal. So it was decided that Toto's presence should be kept a secret from her until she was in a particularly good mood. Grandfather and I put him away in a little closet opening into my bedroom wall, where he was tied securely, or we thought, to a peg fastened into the wall. Peg means a hook. So the writer's grandmother was totally against the grandfather's attitude of bringing different pets from outside and adding animals to their private zoo. Grandmother did not like this habit of grandfather at all. She would fuss around every time. So grandfather thought that his wife always fuss about such things, so he should not reveal this secret to grandmother. He thought that he would disclose this later on. The writer and his grandfather secured Toto in a little cupboard in the writer's room. And in order to ensure that Toto did not escape, they tied him to a hook in the wall. Fasten means to tie. A few hours later, grandfather and I came back to release Toto. We found that the walls, which had been covered with some ornamental paper chosen by grandfather, now stood out as naked brick and plaster. The peg in the wall had been wrenched from its socket, and my school blazer, which had been hanging there, was in shreds. Ornamental means decorative. Naked, obviously, naked brick and plaster means uncovered wall. Wrenched means broke. Socket, it's an attachment, and shreds means cut into thin slices. So, when they tied Toto there, both writer and grandfather, they were busy in their work. And after some time, when they again came back to see what Toto was doing, after a few hours when they came, they were shocked. The sight was totally shocking. Toto had torn the decorative wallpapers that grandfather had chosen himself for his wall. He had broken the hook which was fastened onto the wall and had escaped from his binding. He ran. Also, he tore the writer's blazers into thin pieces. I wondered what grandmother would say, but grandfather didn't worry. He seemed pleased with Toto's performance. So, here, seemed pleased with Toto's performance. Who was pleased with Toto's performance? Grandfather. Grandfather, in fact, was very delighted to see Toto's adventure. He felt that Toto was very clever. He said that if they would have given him more time, he would have tied the thin pieces of the writer's torn blazer into a rope and would have escaped out of the window. So, grandfather here is very happy, is very pleased to see Toto's performance. He in fact tells writer that if he would have been given some more time, he would have tied those small torn pieces into a rope and made his escape from the window. So, he's kind of appreciating Toto. His presence in the house still a secret. Toto was now transferred to a big cage in the servants' quarters where a number of grandfather's pets lived very sociably together. So they all lived together. So his presence in the house was still a secret. Nobody knew. In fact, grandmother wasn't aware about Toto. Now, due to when grandfather and writer found that Toto is very mischievous, what to do? So they transferred Toto to a big cage in the servants' quarter where a number of grandfather's pets lived very sociably. Sociably means in a very friendly manner. So, who were all there? Tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a tame squirrel, and for a while, my pet goat. So, the zoo comprised of a tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a squirrel, and the writer's pet goat. And Toto was very mischievous. He did not let the animals sleep at night. And in middle of this, the writer's grandfather had to leave for Saharanpur the next day. He decided to take Toto along as he was unmanageable. And grandfather had to collect his pension in Saharanpur and he had to leave to Dehradun. So he decided to take Toto along with himself because he was unmanageable, because he didn't let any animal sleep at night. So grandfather thought, why not to take Toto with him? Unfortunately, I could not accompany grandfather on that trip, but he told me about it afterwards. a big black canvas kit bag was provided for Toto. Why he got a special bag? Because it was made of a strong material called canvas, and it's very safe for Toto and safe for grandfather also. Because he was very naughty, he could have torn the canvas bag into pieces again and would come out of the bag. So he prepared a special bag for Toto. The writer was very disappointed as he could not accompany his grandfather and Toto on the trip. His grandfather narrated the happenings of the trip to him later. On the trip, the bag would be Toto's home, as he would live in it. The bag had a zipper on top of it. When the bag was closed, there was no escape. Toto could not get his hands through the openings, and the canvas was too strong for him to bite his way through. His efforts to get out only had the effect of making the bag roll about on the floor or occasionally jump into the air, an exhibition that attracted a curious crowd of onlookers on the Dehradun railway platform. So, the writer's grandfather ensured that when the bag was closed, Toto would not be able to escape out of it. Neither could he come out of the opening, as it was closed with a zipper, nor it by the strong canvas material in order to run away. But like you know that Toto was very naughty, he could not sit at one place at all. So he kept on trying, he kept on biting, he kept on making attempts to come out of the bag, but he became unsuccessful. Due to this, when he was trying n number of times, what happened that many times the bag would roll on the floor, or it would certainly jump in the air, and these movements were noticed by the people in the Dehradun railway station platform. And all the people gathered there, they were very curious to know what's inside the bag, because bag was closed and Toto was making n number of attempts to come out of the bag, and there were certain movements which were noticed by the people, and people became so curious, so they gathered around grandfather to know what's actually inside the bag. Toto remained in the bag as far as Saharanpur, but while grandfather was producing his ticket at the railway turnstile. What is turnstile? Turnstile is a mechanical gate consisting of revolving horizontal arms fixed to a vertical post, allowing only one person at a time to pass through. So here generally what happens, your ticket is being checked. Toto suddenly poked his head out of the bag and gave collector a wide grin. So Toto was quite secured in grandfather's bag till Saharanpur. But at the Saharanpur railway station, the rider's grandfather was taking out his ticket to cross the turnstile, and at the same time Toto peeked out of the bag and smiled at the ticket collector. So, as soon as he peeped out of the bag, the ticket collector was taken aback. With presence of mind, and much to grandfather's annoyance, he said, "Sir, you have a dog with you? You will have to pay for it accordingly." Underline. He says, "Sir, you have a dog with you? You will have to pay for it accordingly." Why the writer has written with great presence of mind that the ticket collector had. The ticket collector at first was astonished to see a monkey in grandfather's bag. But with quick presence of mind, he recovered quickly and asked grandfather to pay the ticket money for traveling with a dog. He knew that it's a monkey. Anybody could differentiate between a monkey and a dog. But in order to charge grandfather, in order to charge a fine on grandfather, he just told grandfather that he had to pay the ticket money for traveling with a dog. In vain, grandfather take Toto out of the bag. He tried to prove that a monkey did not qualify as a dog or even as a quadruped. Quadruped means an animal which has 4 feet. Toto was classified a dog by the ticket collector, and 3 rupees was the sum handed over as his fare. Fare means ticket price. So, grandfather at last became unsuccessful in explaining to the ticket collector that Toto was a monkey. Neither he can be considered as quadruped. Then why he is being charged for Toto? But at last Toto was qualified a dog by the ticket collector, and 3 rupees was charged on grandfather for carrying Toto with him. The grandfather, just to get his own back, that means in order to justify his point, to differentiate between a dog and monkey, what grandfather did is he took out a pet tortoise from his pocket and said to the ticket collector, "What must I pay for this, since you charge for all animals?" So, ticket collector looked closely to the tortoise and prodded means pushed it with his forefinger, gave grandfather a pleased and triumphant look and said, "No charge, it is not a dog." So, the ticket collector looked closely at the tortoise and pushed it slightly. After pushing slightly, he announced that grandfather was not required to buy a ticket for it, as it did not fall in the category of a dog. So, we are going to be doing till here. I would want you to go thoroughly through the lesson, the first 2 pages first, underline it, read it, underline the difficult words, write down their meaning on top of the word, use those words in your daily language, find its usage, okay, and the assignment is attached to your homework portal. Thank you.